one day today, which is insane. No idea how that happened. So I'm basically just going to go over what happened during weeks 22 and 23. Because the last time I talked to you yep, 21 weeks and a couple days, I think, after my scan. So just going to cover everything that happened. So I have been feeling tons of movement. I feel her every day, most of the day. Today, not so much. No dance parties yet today. But a big thing that happened is on February 5th, she like rolled. I'm assuming it was a roll. It felt like she was rolling inside of me. And it was so, like, I want to say it was creepy, but it was cool. It just, I literally was sitting in my recliner and I'm like, what was that? Like, what just happened? So that was really cool. And that was 23 weeks and 2 days when that happened. And then a couple days later, on February 8th, I had cleaned all day. I literally cleaned for like 8 hours straight, like deep cleaned my bedroom, moved everything around. I had told Jason that I was planning on putting the pack and play in our bedroom and that's where she was going to sleep for, you know, the first couple months or whatever, make it easier for breastfeeding to just get up and do it. And her be right there and not have to go into the other room and whatever. So he replied, "Where do you plan on putting the pack and play in our room?" So I was cleaning and moving a bunch of stuff around and got the pine sol out and wiped down like all the walls and the baseboards and the doors and everything. And speaking of doors, from all my cleaning, I moved a bunch of stuff out of the baby's room, and there was this stand that I had my camera sitting on the whole time, and I got rid of it. So I had to find a new location. So I'm sitting on the floor today in front of the door. So anyways, so I had been just moving around all day doing stuff, cut my finger a couple times wiping down the blinds, and I decided to call it a night because it was burning. So I went downstairs and I sat down and got a drink and was just kind of hanging out. And sorry, my dog's getting on my lap apparently. Oh. Hi, Chloe. Hi. Hi. Yes. Okay. You can sit here. So, oh my goodness. What am I going to do when there's a baby on my lap and this little one decides she wants up? Okay. You got to go. Okay. Sorry. Got rid of the dog. So I sat down on my recliner and was just chilling out, whatever. And she was like going crazy, just kicking and moving around and stuff. And they were like really strong movements, which they've been. But I was sitting there and I'm like, I wonder if I can feel this from the outside. I'm pretty sure she's still breech because all of the movement is all very, very low. And she was breech at the last scan. So I'm pretty sure she still is because that's where the movement still is. So I put my hand down and kind of pressed on my stomach where she'd been kicking, and I could feel it on the outside. So I thought that was really cool. Jason was asleep, and I was about to wake him up and have him feel, and then she stopped. So he hasn't felt it yet, but I'm sure he will very soon here. So that was on 23 weeks and 5 days. So, a couple other little symptoms. I've been starting to get more heartburn, and at the end of the night, a couple of the nights, it feels like my lungs are starting to get like smashed. And I think it's at the end of the night because, you know, I've eaten dinner and I just kind of like munch on things at the end of the night. So I think it's just my stomach's full and there's less room. And yeah, because when I'm up during the day moving around, I don't really notice it. So those are just a couple little things. Starting to run out of room. One thing I haven't really talked about a whole lot is my weight. And I have been keeping track, and I have my, I think I talked about this in a different video, but I'm not 100% sure. So I had my like weight loss chart that I was keeping track of everything with when I was losing weight before I got pregnant. So I took that. It's just an Excel sheet. If you've if you're a new subscriber and haven't seen any of the like weight loss videos. It's just an Excel sheet, and I just kind of added it by month, and then just did like 4 columns for each month, and just put like I'm putting my weight at the end of each week in, and just keeping track of it that way, because I don't need to weigh myself every day while pregnant and keep track of it. So I'm just doing it by week and then by month, and then it'll add up to the total. And then from there I can just pick right back up on that Excel sheet and start to lose the weight after she's born. So I have gained a total of 11 pounds, and I'm currently at 206. For those of you who watch my weight loss videos, my last weigh-in was actually 192.6, but when I lose weight, it takes a few days before I'm like steadily at that weight. You know, I'll hit that point, and then I have to like work to stay there, and I had like just barely, like I don't even know what had happened. Like I had been around 195. I was like 194.6 for like days, and then I just on that one day of weigh-in, I went down to 192.6, and then that day is when I found out I was pregnant. So I stopped my really super strict diet. I was only eating like, I don't know, 1,100, 1,200 calories a day. So I stopped that, and I immediately, within 2 days, went back up to 195. And then I stayed there for several weeks. So I'm considering my starting weight 195, because that's kind of where I was, and that's where I went back to once I stopped the diet. So that's my starting weight, is 195, even though I technically did get down to 192.6. I'm not counting it. So so from there, I've gained the 11 pounds. 2 or 3 of it was just in the last like week. I'm actually, it was a slow, steady gain here and there in the first and second, or the first and into the second trimester. Now I'm actually like starting to really gain some weight. So yes, I'm 24 weeks, which means she is the size of a cantaloupe. I cannot believe that. That's insane. I was looking at all my pictures on Facebook and how I do the bump.com, the pictures of like what fruit she is that week. And I was looking through all of them, just remembering like each week, and like each week I'm like, oh, I can't believe she's this big. I can't believe she's a lime. I can't believe she's an orange. Like now she's a cantaloupe. And the fact that she started as a poppy seed, insane. Just insane. Blows my mind. So yeah, she's the size of a cantaloupe, and I believe it because it definitely felt like there was cantaloupe rolling around in there the other day. And then the other exciting thing about 24 weeks is viability. I wasn't 100% sure. I kept thinking for some reason that 26 weeks was considered viability, but I guess it's 24. But I kind of looked up like some of the statistics of like how that works, and basically at 24 weeks there's a 40 to 70% chance of survival. At 25 weeks there's a 50 to 80% chance of survival, and at 26 weeks there's an 80 to 90% chance of survival, and then from there on it goes like, I think it's like greater than 90%, greater than 95%, greater than 98%. So I would say 26 weeks is like the super safe. And it's not like a hard and fast thing, obviously. And basically, it goes a lot by size, because a baby under 1 pound usually will not survive. So since she is small, technically this week is viability, but I think I'm going to go with 26 weeks because she's small. So give her a little more time before I consider it viability. But it is exciting to be this far along, and that it's a 40 to 70% chance of survival if she were to, you know, God forbid, for some reason be born now. So that is just absolutely insane to me. That's pretty much it as far as things that happened. Like I said, I've been cleaning like crazy, been very motivated. I really hope it sticks around after she's born because I love it. So I have a midwife appointment on the 14th, which I think is Thursday. Clearly it's Valentine's Day, but I don't remember. But I have the midwife appointment then, and then my next ultrasound is the 19th, because like I said in the last video, they wanted me to come back in a month to get the good pictures of the heart, and I think just to check on her growth because she was small. So when I go for my scan on the 19th, I will be 25 weeks and 2 days, and yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna do a belly shot, and that will be it. I've been horrible with taking pictures, but I gotta get better. So, yes. So, what I was saying about the scan and the everything. My next video will I'll probably just wait until after her scan on the 19th, and then I'll do a video after that, just kind of recapping the doctor's appointments. So, that's it. Okay, so I got this new maternity shirt. It's like a maternity nursing shirt. So here is side shot and front. And the other side, my tippy toes. Yeah, I think the top of my uterus is like here now. This is my belly button, so I think it's like right up here. And I can definitely feel like right here it's very firm, and that's where it's starting to really kind of poke out at me. Still have my fat down here. So that is it, and I will see you all in a couple weeks. Bye!